Hi, I'm Rebecca Thompson, and I'm here again with Denicia Hilton, and we are talking about the 5 elements, and we are up to water.
Water, yay! So, all right, when we think of water, just like our hands did this.
Yeah, we just can't.
Right? Yes, it's so nice. Water actually is going to do just that. It's going to go with the flow, right? So you have your banks and you have the beaches. The water's just going to kind of like do its thing. And then if you try to put a dam there, or you try to put a building there, and water can get angry.
Oh,
right? It causes a lot of damage. And
angry water is bad.
Yes, exactly. So now we kind of think about in person what a water type is. They're going to be so chilled, so relaxed. They're going with the flow. That's exactly what they like to do.
Got it.
And no concept of time, no concept of space. They just want to sit back and enjoy. What happens when you might try to contain that water, just like you try to contain it naturally?
Right.
You're trying to force water to be in this little box that it's not in.
Uh-oh.
That's when you get the child that is the rebellion is because it might be you're forcing them into structure. They're the ones that don't like structure. They want to just wing it. And but also they're the one that you have to start getting ready hour before leaving, because it takes a little push, constantly pushing to get out the door. And that's kind of me growing up. So I mean, I learned that when I was a teen. I had to get up an hour and a half before the bus stop because I had to be at the bus stop, because I just let me get up slowly. And so now I think back retrospectively, like, whoa, that's so me. Yeah. Now, what's really cool too, when we talked about fire, they can kind of go here, here, there. Water can somewhat do that, right? But it's not as fast or quick paced. Because water types are going with the flow so much, they may not complete a task because they're going with the flow and they see something else. And so we'll kind of go. All
right. Now I'm listening to this and I'm thinking that my son is probably in water. Just
flowing with it.
Yeah, maybe not ever get to that room.
Right. And so with that, like that's something that you just want to kind of nurture and support. Like I said, they're going to need a little bit more stability. But with that, they may not be the ones that need to be in these corporate jobs that have the structure.
Right.
That may not flow for them.
Right.
So so trying to push them into that, push them into extracurricular activities where it is like that, may do a little bit more harm than not. So that's what you want to be mindful of. And now when it comes to as far as how it might manifest physically, there's a different form of asthma that might manifest for them. So that would be more of that asthma on inhalation, that they have some problems. They might say, it's like I can't really get a good deep breath. So that is one form. Then another is that you kind of want to look out for bladder issues, bladder infections. They also might be heavier. They're not wanting to move around a lot, so you might have to try to incorporate some activity for them to kind of give the activity is physically adding a little bit more fire to get the water kind of burning out, or using the water to burn out the fire. So you're generating falsely fire so that water has somewhere to put its energy. Right? So that way it's not like, oh, it's just gonna kind of lay here. And that's a child somebody might think is lazy, but they're very introspective. So, and they tend to be a little bit more introverted. They're the child that can just go off in the corner and play. And don't need anyone else. So they tend to be the favorites of families and babysitters because they are very to themselves. And sometimes though, to create that healthy child, have a great, healthy, well-rounded child, you might give them activities that will slowly bring them in to socialize, but in environments that they fit in. So not a completely fast-paced environment, but a slower paced, still get to meet other children, but it's still within their realm. And then maybe not even be so often, because they regenerate amongst themselves versus outwardly. So it's another way of finding that balance, right?
Right.
So that's our water child. Let's just go and flow with the ocean and the sea.
Right.
Everything will be good.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. And so if you're, as you're listening along, I'm curious, and I hope that you'll leave us some comments. What do you think your children are? We would love to hear, how this information is hitting you. And even as you just explained that, I'm going back and forth now between fire and water for my one son, and so I would love to hear more.
Well, and that's what I mean when I say that there's usually a predominating one, but then there's a secondary.
Right.
And so it's kind of really identifying which ones are in their most natural state, and that is just gonna kind of scream out at you.
Right.
But then the second one is there as well. So it could be this blend, and it's just a matter of when each one might actually express itself. More so than the other.
Right.
But that's the beauty of it, because then once you're able to identify it, which you seem like, it could be both of these. And it's very much so true. And that's why that fire child can go, 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 go. But then if he is truly secondary water, that water is allowing him to retreat.
Right.
And come in. But then the fire is going to kind of come out.
Right.
So
he's pretty balanced. He's a pretty balanced kid. So that makes sense to me. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's so
awesome.
cool.
I love it.
Thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Of course. Thank you.